Welcome to the Rundown. My name is Ryan.
My name is Ray, and we got a special guest, Ryan.
We do. I'm excited.
My boy, listen, me and this man have gotten to many an argument about a variety of different sports. Like his ball knowledge goes deep in many different categories. So introduce the pod to my boy Mark. What's up, Mark?
Yo, hey, how you doing? Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Mark,
we're excited.
You and Ryan might get along great. Y'all got something in common.
I heard you're a Met fan.
I heard that as well. Yeah.
Y'all got more in common than I thought. That's not even what I was talking about.
Well, I know. We've got LeBron in common as well.
Oh,
yeah. There it is.
That is, I could spend all day talking about.
Oh, God.
Well, you're going to get your chance when we hit the NBA section of today. But we're starting with the NFL. Justin Fields leaving the Jets to go to the Chiefs. And I am not surprised, but what are we doing here, Chiefs? Like, what was the purpose of this? Because I think we could make the argument that Justin Fields has not necessarily had the best hand dealt to him in the NFL. He played for a crappy Bears team, played 2 games for the Steelers, did well, but then Russell Wilson came in, went to the Jets where every quarterback goes to die, and now going to the Chiefs.
Well,
I don't really
the Chiefs
know
are
what
the
we're
Chiefs
doing
are planning for the beginning of the season, Ryan. They're most likely going to be without Patrick Mahomes, who's still recovering from that injury. I don't know how many games he's going to miss to start that season, but I think they're pretty much just looking for someone to fill in the blanks until he can get back. And I don't think Justin Fields is a bad start to that. I mean, where else were they going to go for a suitable quarterback to hold down the fort until Mahomes comes back?
Pretty much what Ray said, I'm all for. I believe he's just a filler. Rumored to be Mahomes could miss up to 4 to 6 games, depending on how rehab goes and all that. You never know. Like, next person surgery with Jason Tatum, for example, comes back earlier than expected and could ball. But I think Fields is more of just a filler. Hey, play these games. We don't need you to perform. We just need to tread water. Just doggy paddle a little and just see where we could get while he's here until Mahomes can get back.
That's if Mahomes comes back, guys, and comes back the same. I feel like they're putting a lot of eggs in this basket. Hey, I'm just saying what people are thinking.
I feel like we're in a day and age in which our medical field, I feel like, has done the best with athletes and injuries as such as Achilles, hamstrings, ACLs, to where players are coming back in all sports to, if not fully themselves, at least 85 to 90% of what they were, which is, granted, football and being a quarterback and taking the hits and doing the things that Mahomes does is very dangerous to what he had, but I don't see it as to where he's in total danger.
Well, I don't know how much they can tread water because they're in a division with Denver and the Chargers, both of whom made the playoffs, both of whom are good teams. So, I mean, they're going to need to be able to do something at the beginning of the season. And we're not even counting the Raiders. And if they get Mendoza, what does that do to their team? So, I don't know. Was Justin Fields the right pickup? I get that he's a filler, but I don't know.
Who else?
The alternative, Ryan, was Carson Wentz.
Or Russell Wilson.
I would pick Russell Wilson or Carson Wentz over Justin Fields.
You should have saw what Russell Wilson did as a Giant. He had one good game, and then after that, couldn't throw the ball he couldn't throw the ball to me if I was standing in front of him.
And Mark, the last time Carson Wentz was relevant was like 2018.
Carson Wentz played last year and was trying to keep the Vikings afloat.
He couldn't do that. He couldn't do that throwing the ball to Justin Jefferson. Come on.
First off, he couldn't do that because they didn't have a great offensive line, and also they dicked him around. He was severely injured, and because J.J. McCarthy hurt his wrist doing something that wasn't that severe, he could have gone in and played. That was some messy stuff that they did with him. But you could say, yeah, Russell Wilson didn't play well, but what about Justin Fields on the Jets made you think that he could play well?
He just didn't have the weapons. Like you said, you get sent to the Jets to die. He didn't have the weapons necessary to thrive. He's never had weapons necessary to make him even a decent quarterback. We've never seen him with a decent offensive line. He's had to drop back essentially as soon as he's getting hiked the ball. He's getting swarmed. And he's supposed to be a mobile quarterback who can't be mobile because he has no time.
Yeah, what I won't do is I won't judge Justin Fields based off anything that happened while he was a New York Jet. Because that's not fair to anybody that plays for the New York Jets. You go to the New York Jets and...
So you want to judge him based on the nothing he did for the Bears?
Like you said in the beginning, they did nothing for him. Imagine if they did what they did. At least they gave him a portion of what they gave Caleb.
It's all about finding the right situation.
We could see a different Justin Fields. I'm not saying he's an all-star caliber player. I'm not saying he's the next best quarterback. But we've never seen him with a decent receiver. We've never seen him with a decent running back, with a decent offensive line, with weapons around him that can make him thrive. Now he's going to Kansas City where he got Kenneth Walker now. He just got Travis Kelce. You got a decent offensive line. You got a great head coach. Now let's see what he's made of. That's why I feel like he's more of a filler, because if it doesn't work, you could easily move off of him. Like, yo, we gave him a shot. It didn't work. That's not our fault. But now if it works, you look like geniuses.
And even if it the worst case scenario for the Chiefs in this scenario, right, is that Justin Fields looks terrible and Patrick Mahomes misses the entire season or more games than they're anticipating, right? But if we're looking at this in the long term, the Chiefs can afford a year where they're not a top team. I mean, they missed the playoffs last year, right? But if they decide to sit Mahomes for the full season, Mahomes is going to come back bigger and better in 2027, right? And then Justin Fields can easily find a new home from then on out. The Chiefs are not going to be looking for another quarterback. And then best case scenario, Justin Fields plays well enough until Patrick Mahomes does return. And then he passes the torch to Patrick Mahomes. And then what does that do for Justin Fields' career going forward for himself? Now maybe he has suitors once the season is over, because we know that's Patrick Mahomes' job. Nobody thinks that Justin Fields is going to take that job away from Patrick Mahomes. So the following season after this, that's a better outlook for Justin Fields, because then he might have just set himself up for the future. So to me, this really is a win-win on both sides, and things would have to go like very terribly for really either party to come out as a loss in this.
Best case scenario, he's Jimmy Garoppolo. Worst case scenario, he's last year Geno Smith. He's Jimmy Garoppolo when they were 4-0 with the Patriots, or he's Geno Smith last year. That's literally what it's going to be. I feel like there's no in between that. He's going to be really good or really bad, but they can, like you said, they can afford that.
And potentially Geno Smith from next year, now that he's decided to return to the Jets.
I feel like we've gone back in time. I can't, for the life of me, understand this choice on either side. I mean, the only thing I can think of is I think they're going to really try hard to move up the line for Mendoza, but I don't think the Raiders will allow that to happen. But
do we think Mendoza's a franchise changing quarterback?
I haven't seen enough. I'm not big into the college football game.
Yeah, likewise.
I think he's got a really good attitude. Like, I think he's got a really strong head on his shoulders, which I think is really important. But I don't know. Listen, you can look absolutely great in college and then go to the pros and then you fall apart. I mean, I don't know. JJ McCarthy is
prime example. Tua.
Yeah.
JJ another
McCarthy.
Prime example.
Yep. So
you are an all-star quarterback in college. You are the man. You get to the NFL. Poop down my pants. Moment too big. I don't belong here, coach.
Anthony Richardson? Yeah. Are we jacking? Or has he redeemed himself?
I like AR.
I'm on the no train. For real, I'm on the no train.
No, absolutely not.
AR.
But I feel with him with that eye injury, because that was definitely like such a freak accident. Like, so I feel for him in that sense.
That was not his fault.
No,
that was not his fault.
No. So I do feel for him in that sense. But, we'll just have to see with Justin Fields. Geno Smith, I don't even want to see. Like, I don't even know. Don't even know.
Just wipe the whole 2026 season for him and the Jets. Just wipe it right now.
I can't. Oh, my God.
Yo, watch. Watch. It's gonna be like, because remember, the reason why he got traded to the Raiders was because of the year he had with the Seahawks. He had a good year with the
He
Seahawks.
did. He
They think they
did.
won 11 games or something like that. He had a good year. Now watch, he's whatever the team that he's on now, that he's gonna have a decent year. It's not.
It's the Jazz,
It would be
bro.
ironic if he has a decent.
No, it's the Jazz, bro.
I think
Come
every
on.
Jets fan would lose their mind if that happened. Like, I don't even know what that fandom
Geno
would
the-
do
Geno
if
the
Geno
savior.
Smith came back and had an amazing season.
And it would be so funny because that's where he started his career, and he started terrible.
It was so bad. But
Full
every
circle.
quarterback does. Every quarterback for the Jets does. The only exception, I think, is like Mark Sanchez.
I was gonna
in
say,
recent times.
unless your name is Mark Sanchez,
In which case, you just ruin your life after you're done playing, which is exactly what he did this year.
you ruin your life by running into your sinner's cheeks. He was never the
That was
same
so
after that.
What a play. What a play. The Jets. I don't even know what you can say about them. I have a friend who's a Jets fan, and she's like converting to another team. She's given too much of her life. She can't do it anymore. She's like, I have to change. And I was
You
like,
know
I
how
think
much
that's good
hurt
for
you got to
Proud of
endure
you.
for that to happen to you?
I mean, that's why, yeah.
I mean, as a Met fan, I can never convert.
Well, sure.
As
But
a Met fan,
Right.
I understand
Put
the
too
hurt.
much time
I've
into
lived
this
through
team.
it. Like, so I could never. I don't know. It's just something about.
But you know what? I feel like the Mets try harder than the Jets. Like we're trying to
that's
do
fair.
something.
Recently,
You know, we're trying to do it. So
it took a while.
A little recency bias.
It took a while.
I think there's more hope in the Mets fandom than the Jets fandom, for sure.
Oh,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah, nah,
By
absolutely.
far.
Especially
By
when you
far.
got Uncle Steve running the house.
Oh yeah, Uncle Steve. That's my guy.
In other NFL news, Waddle goes to the Broncos. So apologies to Malik Willis. I don't know who you're going to throw to now, but
Great pickup for the Broncos, but kind of a backward step for the Dolphins.
yeah, I don't really know what that was about.
What? Wait. Backwards step. They just blew up that whole team.
Right, but
what backwards step?
they did, but they
They're
also
just
they
doing
they
what
went
they've
out
been
and got
doing all
they went out and got
offseason.
Malik Willis. Like, so if
Yeah,
you were
they
truly
have a
intended on
quarterback.
blowing up that
Yeah.
team, why would you leave the quarterback that you just
Waddle,
paid
because Waddle
with
was a part of
nobody to
that
throw the ball
core.
to?
Waddle was a part of that Tyreek Tua. That he was a part of that core.
So
we don't want none of that. We want A-Chain, and that's it.
But why would you?
That's all we need.
So I understand getting rid of Tua. I understand getting rid of Tyreek, especially since Tyreek is coming off an injury. But why are we getting rid of Waddle? Why are we getting rid of a piece that actually can help us be successful going forward? Tua, we don't know about Tua helping us be successful. Tyreek Hill, we don't know what he's going to look like after coming off of that injury. But Jalen Waddle doesn't have those type of issues.
But Waddle didn't want to be there. Remember, Waddle during the trade deadline was really close to being traded to the Giants. He doesn't want to be there. He didn't want to be there, especially throughout the whole reconstruction. Now, I just would assume it'd be one and the same. Like, yo, just get me out of here, bro. Yeah, wasting my talent. And it's about not wanting to rebuild. I don't like. Granted, he's gonna have to learn a new quarterback where he goes now, but
you don't think he was willing to trust in Malik
Willis?
You don't think he was willing to trust in Malik Willis?
I think it
Do you
was.
think this was more of a Waddle thing?
I think it was more of an organization thing than it being a new acquisition.
Well, I don't know.
think
so
it
much
was
of that.
I'm just done being here. I just want to leave. Just free me.
But so much of that organization changed. You know, they got rid of coach. They have a new GM. This one left me slightly perplexed. I really thought they should have probably tried to make it work with him to make him stay. But, you know, if he's going to be a negative impact in the locker room, then, I mean, I guess, yeah, let him go then. But I don't know.
And essentially, it could have been just, like I said, it could have either been him. It may not have been the organization. Maybe the organization was like, hey, we're moving in the right steps. This is the path we're trying to go. And he was like, I just don't want to be here. It could have been that.
Yeah, I mean the Broncos. I mean definitely a win for them.
And I want to go to a contender.
Big win.
I want to go to a contender. I want to send me to Denver.
I hate
another
Denver.
weapon for Bo Nix. Another weapon for Bo Nix.
I hate Denver. Hate all Denver teams. I've decided. No, thank you.
The Broncos are such a likable team, though.
No, they're not. I fucking hate them. I hate them. I hate them, and I hate Sean Payton.
Them, but I don't like them.
Shout out Doug for being a Broncos fan from day one.
The Broncos. If you're a Broncos fan, bro, you're weird, bro. Especially if you're not from Denver. All due respect to Doug.
Why is that weird?
Bro, what do you... Alright, cool. It just don't make sense, bro. Like, logically, bro. Other than Peyton Manning...
I mean, that's a huge reason, though. Like, you can't say other than that.
He was there for 2 years.
And just dismiss
it. Yes, he was only there for 2 years. So
and what did he do when he was there? What did he do when he was there?
One ring.
You can hate any team for no reason. You can just be a hater. It's okay.
But that's not the argument I'm getting from Mark. It doesn't sound like he's arguing to hate them. He doesn't understand why people would be fans.
Like if you're not from Denver and you're a Denver fan, and I get it. If you became a Denver fan because of Peyton Manning, kudos, I get it. But if you if you've been a Denver fan before Peyton, who did they have?
We got to bring Doug on here to defend his Bronco fandom.
Exactly.
Explain his Bronco fandom.
And Shannon Sharp from the late 80s. Sheesh.
Some old heads are Broncos fans, is what you're saying.
I would assume so.
I don't like them.
Doug, you're
and I don't like their coach. So.
What? You don't like Sean Payton?
No. I haven't liked him since that bounty scandal. I don't even think he should be allowed to coach. They suspended him for a year for that, but I don't think it was enough time.
What was that about?
I think he should have been banned.
I thought he was betting.
And you don't have to keep this if you don't want, but I do.
No, when he was coach for the New Orleans Saints, the defense, I mean, it was primarily the defense that was a part of it. I don't know. I mean, I think he knew about it, but the defensive coordinator was putting bounties on people's heads, other players. So you would get
sending a receipt.
Yeah, you would get rewarded for doing major damage to other players. It's dude, it's football. It's violent enough. You don't need to so because one of it came out that specifically Brett Favre was a very big target. And I'm kind of looking at them guys, he was 40. So old.
So that's where that comes from. It's because you're a Green Bay fan and they targeted your quarterback.
First off,
makes sense.
First off, no. First off, Mark, at that time he was playing for the Vikings, so he was not my quarterback, and I did not care for him at that time. So no. But I just think when you're involved in something like that, that to me was completely unacceptable, and they suspended Peyton for a year. But then he was allowed to come back, and I don't know. But that didn't. I don't know.
That's one of those where it's you gotta. He may have been the first coach that got caught doing that, but just imagine if he was doing that, how many other coaches were doing the same. Oh, I'm sure.
This is definitely not an isolated incident for sure. But
so I feel that's one of those. It's and I get it because of the totality and the situation, but I feel it's one of those where it's if he got caught, who's to say our favorite teams could be yours, mine, Ray's, one of our favorite teams.
Green Bay would never.
Coaches.
Green Bay would never.
Geez.
No, see, you can't even say that we would. We would not. Geez. There are a whole bunch of teams that would. We are not one of them. Chicago, yes. Green Bay, no. Lions,
I feel like Aaron Rodgers would do anything.
Why?
Aaron Rodgers is not a Green Bay Packer anymore, please. Thank you.
Anymore. But this happened in the past.
Please. And it's arguable who's the greater Packer quarterback between him and Favre.
I think it's him. I don't really think I think it's him.
I feel like the hate that he gets from Green Bay fans now is totally disrespectful.
I agree.
For the amount of work
that
he put in for that franchise, granted, he was only able to get one ring, and there was times he folded in a playoff. Because I'm a Giants fan, so I watched that snow game. I remember that snow game. I watched it, but I also feel like he gave so much to that organization. He made Randall Cobb a Hall of Famer.
Randall Cobb is not a Hall of Famer.
He's not a Hall of Famer, but he made Randall Cobb a household name to where you had to double Randall Cobb.
Here's the thing. You have to look at the reason Rodgers gets the hate that he does from Packer fans is because of the last few seasons that he had with us. And it really started with him believing that going to a Halloween party as John Wick was more important than the Green Bay season, where he ended up getting COVID. And he lied to everybody about, he was like immunized or whatever, some bullshit that he wanted to spread. And that was like the beginning of the end. And then like his last season with us, he did not, the last season he played with us, he literally like gave up. And you're just like, we're so close. And I get that, like, he put a lot of energy into things. I'm not taking that away. He won us a Super Bowl. Very happy with that Super Bowl. He's done amazing things and great spot. Yeah, he's great. I'm not saying he's not
MVPs.
Great. But he was so toxic to the end. He was so toxic at the end. Like, when you watch a franchise quarterback go away and the team does not care, that's about you. And the fans don't care, that's about you and the damage that you did to your reputation. Because when Favre left, there was a big rift when he wanted to come back. Some people were like, well, let's just let him back. Like, it was a very mixed feeling. It was not that way with Rodgers. Not that way at all.
What I've learned, and I don't know, maybe this is just my perception, but I feel like all the greats, when it comes to whether it's basketball, baseball, football, towards the end of their careers or towards the end of a situation that they are unhappy in, they become total dicks to where they don't care about the media. It's vividly that they don't care about the fans. The answers to questions that they give are it's nothing to what you watched in the beginning of their career or when they were thriving. So I feel like that's not just so Aaron, because as a LeBron fan, I watched LeBron's press conferences from 2005 when he was all enthused, and to where he's at now, where it's just basketball. When you are a great player and you do certain things and you feel maybe he felt taken advantage of or whatever the case may be, you start getting an attitude. You develop the I don't care no more mentality to where it's, fuck yeah.
But the thing is that with Aaron, like, he had like this whole fit. Like, they didn't talk to him about how they were drafting Jordan Love. And it's like, dude, you were in the same exact position. Shut the fuck up. Like, you know how this works. You're in your late 30s.
He definitely tried to gatekeep that position from Jordan Love. Absolutely.
For you to think that they weren't going to draft somebody under you, and you knew how this felt because you used to semi-complain about Favre. Like, not treating you well, like, fuck off. No.
A simple heads up. It's one of those where it's like,
they don't need a heads up. He don't need a heads up.
He at that point in his
career, felt differently.
That was before everything went to shit. This was part of the reason. Like, before everything went to shit, like, yo, if y'all gonna draft a quarterback, cool, just let me know. Don't tell me y'all drafting somebody else. So then now I'm prepared to be QB1. I don't gotta worry about this.
Look over my shoulder.
Then all of a sudden, draft night here, I'm chilling with my family. I'm seeing who we drafting, another quarterback. Like, cool. Granted, I know I'm getting of age to where a quarterback is not successful. But a simple heads up, as the player that I am, as your franchise quarterback, I deserve that respect. This is who we drafting. Because
I'm not going to get on that train. No.
As a LeBron fan, you have to.
No,
because LeBron,
you don't.
And as a LeBron fan, but you have to see it though. Because as a LeBron fan, LeBron gets who he wants when he wants them.
And I don't necessarily think that that's right. And actually, what you're seeing now with LeBron is Reeves and Doncic play better without him. He is becoming obsolete.
Sometimes, Mark, that's to a fault. LeBron has put himself in positions where he's wanted players that are not cohesive to the team, and I'm looking at Russell Westbrook when I say that.
Absolutely, I'm not saying every player he gets turns into the greatest thing, because remember that Cavs team in 2018? Derrick Rose, Jay Crowder, Isaiah Thomas, Dwayne Wade. What are we doing, bro? Bunch of greats. Past their prime.
Way past their prime, yeah, absolutely.
But I want this. This is who I want. Like, and then it's the same with drafting. Like, yo, we're drafting this. This is where we're going. Cool, great. This is how I'm going to address the situation.
I can understand Rodgers getting upset that you're not drafting a receiver. I can get that. I get that you're not happy that they're not necessarily drafting the players that you want. But when you're 38, you don't get to make those fucking decisions anymore. You don't get to be a part of that show. And it doesn't matter how good you are. They have to think about the future. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, he's not going to be here for that much longer. And I just have to say this. When they won the Super Bowl, he was not the voice in that locker room.
No,
he was not the leader. It was Charles Woodson. It was Charles
Woodson,
fucking Woodson.
Clay's man. Yeah, but that's a different.
It was the defense.
That's a different
type of he has never been a locker room leader. Like that's never been the leader of the So I'm going to criticize him because as much as I'm happy with what you gave us and what you did and how you propelled your career, for you to act with your fucking ego like you are the team. You're not the team. The Packers were great before you. They'll be great after you. And we've proven that. Like
it took you a little bit,
not
though.
The Green Bay Packers.
It took you the transition wasn't immediate. All right, hold your horses.
Granted, his transition was not great either. So this is not one of those where he thrived and y'all didn't. But this is one of those where y'all were both terrible post
immediately
departure.
After. Yes, immediately after. Yes.
Post departure, y'all were both terrible. Y'all both went through the ringer. 4 plays into his Jets career, he's done for a year. So it's like, and then to follow that up 2 years later, he's fighting it for a playoff spot in Pittsburgh.
To be fair to Jordan Love, he made the playoffs his first year starting, and we won our wild card game against Dallas when we fucking destroyed them. So no, I don't consider this to be that wasn't a tough transition to move on from Aaron Rodgers. No. So I'm willing to, I'll concede that I think the Favre transition was more difficult, but I think that was because of the drama that happened in the offseason right before. But listen, Aaron Rodgers should just retire. He doesn't need to play anymore.
I think we all might be
you're going to the Hall of Fame. That's not a problem. You've done amazing.
He won an MVP at 40.
No, he's not Tom Brady. I don't know what to tell him.
He won an MVP at, how old was his last MVP? 38, 39? Close to 40.
He's close to 40.
That was some years ago, and that was he's an injury removed from that MVP. Things are not the same as they were.
No, absolutely.
Directly after he won that MVP.
Absolutely. I feel like he's one of those. Aaron Rodgers has turned into Russell Westbrook.
Ooh, that's a good comparison.
To where it's like, yo,
but
at
like
the peak of their prowess, they were loved by everybody. We were all doing the discount double checks when we were kids.
It's true.
We were all doing that.
I was an adult, but yeah.
But like, damn, that shows my age. I'm 29, so discount double check, I was like 17.
Let's not talk about that, Mark. Let's not talk about that. Nope.
But yeah, like, so at the peak of their prowess, they were loved by everybody. They did everything. They carried franchises on their backs. Towards the end of their career, they developed this attitude, this persona, and they have this, I don't know, enigma, I guess, or this aura about them that nobody likes them anymore, and everybody just wants them gone.
Nobody likes Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers is a dick. It doesn't have anything to do with him playing football. I watched that documentary on Netflix.
Russ is well liked.
I still like Aaron Rodgers. I still like him.
I watched that documentary and I liked him less after watching that. Like I was like, no. No, thank you, sir. Lastly, in football news, the Max Crosby trade that we were talking about on the last episode of the pod completely fell apart. He remains a Raider.
Time.
I know. He remains a Raider, and Ty Hendrickson moves from the Bengals to the Ravens. So, Trey. What did I say? What did I call him?
Ty.
Do that again.
Whatever. There's a T and a Y in there. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's a good pickup for the Ravens, but I feel like they weirdly did
That's
him
a great pivot.
That's a weird.
I saw a take recently where I kind of agree with it, where somebody was saying that maybe the Ravens, like, they were obviously looking for a defensive end. So they may have been in talks with Trey just to figure out what they could do. Then when they got the trade with Max Crosby, you waited for his physical to come back to see how it looked, and then they're still engaging backdooring, still talking to Trey Hendrickson to see where they could do. They probably finally got to a number where they could agree with. Got Max's physical back compared, younger player off of a player who's good but is just coming off an injury, is still dealing with this. Let's go get the younger guy for less money.
But what's fucked about that is that Crosby was talking about this on a podcast, and he was saying how he flew to Baltimore, didn't even meet with the GM. They did the physical, had a very weird meeting with the coach, and then they flew him home and said no. Like, I don't like the way that was handled at all. Very weird. Seems shady.
Has a weird taste to it,
but
for real.
Is what it is, I guess. He's happy to be back in Vegas, I think. Let's see what he does.
Is he happy? I don't know.
I don't know if he's happy to be in Vegas.
He had said, he was like, no, I'm where I belong. Like, I'm a Raider. Like, I think he has some, like, very... Like, he wants to be the one to turn that team around.
There ain't no turning that team around. They tried to move, and they thought it was going to turn it around. It made it worse.
Moving on to the NBA. Expansion teams. They're thinking about two of them. Seattle and Vegas.
Well, Seattle has needed a basketball team to come back to that city.
Seattle had a basketball team.
That's come back because they needed a team to come back over there. Kevin Durant has been pushing for that for a very long time. Obviously, he played in Seattle, so that means something special to him. That's the team that drafted him. But Seattle's a great basketball city, and the Supersonics were a lot of fun to watch, especially in the 90s.
Well, I think Vegas makes a lot of sense given they have a football team, a hockey team.
Vegas is going to get
baseball
everything.
Is coming too. Yeah,
Vegas is going to get everything.
It's kind of crazy to me.
I feel like once they successfully got that football team to Vegas, there was no stopping Vegas from getting no other sports team. And I feel like it didn't have to be a football team. Once Vegas got one sports team, there was never going to be an issue about getting anything else. But I felt like football laid the blueprint down because it's more of a money grab than any other sport.
So what I think is interesting is that as a fallout of these two new teams coming into the league, Seattle and Vegas, that would mean they would have to realign the conferences. So
yeah, we're moving Memphis and we're moving Minnesota.
Yep, to the Eastern Conference. And I think
because that even when you look at it, doesn't make if you want, you could move Dallas. I wouldn't be mad if Dallas got moved to the East.
But you can't really move Dallas when you have 3 Texas teams. You know what I mean? You can't have one of those teams in the East and the other two in the West.
With 3 of them, I feel like it wouldn't be an issue with just moving one of them. Whether it be I feel like Dallas would be the closest. I feel like that one would make more sense than San Antonio.
Yeah, just with them all being in the same state, I think it would.
I don't want San Antonio to move to the East. No, thank you.
No, nor do I.
No, thank you. Not with how they're playing.
But what I want to go to granted, Dallas is not a contender. I want a team that's going to go to the East and is going to put some pressure on the East.
No. It's got to be a shitty team.
No.
It's got to be a shitty team. I don't want any more pressure.
Well, Minnesota's not that.
Yes, Minnesota is not that. Memphis, on the other hand, free job.
Nah, free job.
No.
Because do you remember there was a time where Josh said that they were fine in the West, and now y'all might not even be in the West anymore. Imagine that.
Free job. That
is wild.
He wants to be there. It's no free him. They don't have him in custody.
Problem.
Yeah, they don't got him in custody.
The only problem with Ja is Ja. That's it. He is the whole ass problem.
Not anymore.
Absolutely,
before
the whole problem.
The last for 3 years, yes. When after his first 2 years in the league, he became
created his own issues. Tell it like it is.
He became
a cancer. Not even a cancer, but he became an infection, like a cut, like
a cut that's infected over time.
Yeah, like I feel like he's one of those where it's like but I feel like he just had to grow up. He was still, when he came in the league, 21, 22. You get all this money, you get all this fame, you get thrown as one of the young faces of the league, as one of the next up and comers. You play as such, you carry yourself as such, and then all of a sudden you become a project of who you are around. Obviously, he wasn't raised around that environment, but as he got older, he became that environment. So he got wrapped up in the things that he shouldn't have been doing.
Glamorizing the wrong lifestyle.
Absolutely. Trying to be young boy instead of Ja.
Yep.
But his talent is still through the roof. He is still a great player. And this is why I say
but he also has to stay healthy.
Pass.
Minnesota is not the place. I mean, Memphis is not the place for him. Memphis is not that.
He wants to be there though, and that matters. You know what I mean? Like, he actually is committed to staying there. I think he has Memphis like tatted on his back or something.
I did see that, but
they can get that removed.
Memphis don't want him though.
They got the money.
Obvious that they don't want him.
Maybe
they're not gonna. It's obvious they don't want him.
But if it was obvious, I feel like they would have dealt him at the trade deadline.
I feel like they didn't get an offer that they wanted. And I feel like
but then if you want to get rid of somebody, then you're not. You're gonna hear an offer that you want from somebody.
It's still the talent around him. It's still we know we have one of the best young guards in the league. When healthy, when his mind is right,
that's a lot of
there's
wins.
Not too much.
That's a lot of wins.
Not too many defenses that can stop Ja. It is a lot of wins.
Blah blah blah. No, pass on Ja over this.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like free Ja to Miami. Get him some structure.
I don't feel like that's a location that would serve him well.
Get him some structure. Him and Bam would feed families. That pick and roll would go crazy with Tyler Hero on the wing. And then you got another shooter in Norman Powell. You either have him on the wing or the corner.
I don't hate that.
And then you have Khalil Ware in your dunker spot.
Send him to Houston. Send him to Houston. Give KD some help. Somebody that can handle the damn
Houston
ball.
No, Houston is too much of a wild city. He's just not leaving.
And you want to put him in Miami? You don't think Miami's going to ruin him?
Pat Riley is not allowing that.
I would give that some credence. That's true.
That's why he's not there, because Pat Riley doesn't want to be there.
Yeah, he can't fuck with Pat Riley. They couldn't coexist.
Eric Spoelstra, and there are gonna be guys who literally go to him. Like, I feel like Dwayne Wade would avidly be in Ja Morant's ear if he went to Miami. Granted,
Dwayne Wade doesn't have time for that. He's doing other things that are more important.
Like what?
I don't know, living his life.
Utah
Jazz.
Utah Jazz. Come on.
Team is weak. You got 7 guys that do the same thing.
So
that team is weak.
I got one question about the expansion. How does that impact games per season? Do they have to play more, or they work it out to play the same amount?
We still do the same schedule.
They're definitely going to be playing the same amount of games. I was wondering if they'll have to rework how they do the playoffs.
But this way, I feel like the season would be longer because there would be more teams. But
it doesn't need to be longer.
As a basketball fan, I'm all for a longer season.
Oh my God. No.
I'm all for
I think they should play less.
I don't want more than 82 games.
No, I'm not saying no, but obviously you're going to have to add dates. So they're still going to play 82 games. But it's going to be, instead of the NBA season being 8 months, might be 10 months.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. It doesn't need to be that long.
I'm for that.
First off,
I don't think it'll extend. I don't think it'll extend by 2 months, though.
I'm agreeing with Steve Kerr. You guys play too many games.
No. No. I'm not saying so. The games aren't going to be extended. It's still going to be 82 games.
No, but I'm saying like it's still going to be comparable to what it is right now, like a 7 or 8 month season. I don't think adding the 2 teams will add months.
Adding 2 teams, you don't think so?
No, not just based off 2 teams. No,
because and then I feel like they're gonna rework that around players trying to rest.
I'm sick of that. I'm sick of that.
I know.
And I'm sorry, you're sick of players trying to make sure that they're well enough to continue to play their game.
I'm not rolling with that one.
First off, I agree with Steve Kerr.
Granted,
season needs to be shorter,
you're an NHL
games.
You're an NHL fan, so I definitely don't want to hear you siding with resting players, because you talk about how tough NHL players are constantly, and they don't do that.
Well, that's because NHL it's a different game. It's a different mindset.
It's tougher.
These people are crazy.
It's more physical than basketball.
Well, of course it is.
But that's you sign up for that.
Yeah.
And so what do the NBA players sign up for?
Flops.
Flops.
And they get hurt off these flops and miss 2 weeks. I'm tired of that.
You know that happened.
Nobody
once
wants to
when
play in back-to-back games now. Like this is not. I'm not.
When I was watching my brother play high school, some kid tried to flop and gave himself a concussion, and I was like, "That is just sad, kids. What are we doing here? What are you doing?"
Flopped his way into a concussion.
He did.
Flopped his way into the IR 6-12.
That poor freshman.
Has the pass concussion protocol.
4 to 6 now.
Poor high school freshman. I think the season should be shorter, but that's just my personal.
I'm not
thought.
for a shorter season. Keep it 82 games. If you add 2 teams, maybe not 10 months, maybe 9 months, maybe a 9
crazy.
Because including playoffs, we still have the playoffs. Add at least an extra month and a half to 2 months of basketball. We go from
it's too many.
End of mid-June, end of June. I've seen playoff series end June 22nd, in 2013 when Miami beat San Antonio. So but
that's included in the 8 months though. Like
playoffs is so this is what I'm saying. This is why I feel like it's already an 8-month season. You add 2 teams, it's gonna be 9 to 10 months.
Yeah, no, I don't think adding 2 teams.
And that's because you still gotta include the preseason, still gotta include summer league, workouts, training camp, media day. And as a basketball fan, I'm for that. I love the game. I hate when there's no basketball on.
It is a tough time. Summers are rough.
It's weak.
It's not that tough.
I got baseball to hold me over, so yeah. Not
Granted,
that tough, but
during the summertime is when baseball ramps up, especially towards the All-Star break. After the All-Star break, going into the postseason, baseball picks up, but there's nothing like basketball. I feel like
I gotta agree.
Basketball is like, granted, you got football, but I feel like basketball is one of the sports where you can just do it. You don't need to put any effort to shoot a ball. You don't need to do it doesn't take a lot. You can do it by yourself. I'm gonna just go out, shoot a basketball. It's one of those where it's like, it's just great. Like,
about basketball. I love that.
Season's too long, but that's just my opinion. So it's all right.
Hockey is you're a hockey fan. It's typically the same.
They run concurrent to the NBA.
I think they're both too long. Literally. The part that I was
gonna say, because hockey starts either a week before or a week after, and we end either a week before or a week after each other.
I prefer football. What I like about football is I feel like football is very manageable as a sports fan. Like, when your team plays every week. Like, it's very manageable.
To a lazy sports fan.
Super lazy
or to a person who has a life where sports is not everything.
Depending on what type of football you like, football can be boring. Football can be the equivalent of watching a soccer game.
That was the very last sport I got into was football, to be honest.
It's one of those where it's fantastic. Like I've been around, like I've watched football, I've played football, but to watch a full football game, sheesh. That's a mission sometimes. And it could be my favorite team. It's just sometimes I can't get through a full football game. But basketball, you could watch a full basketball game and be entertained.
See, I feel the opposite.
Unless you were watching that Laker game last night in the fourth quarter. My God, that was bad hoops. People talk about unethical hoops. That was unethical hoops. For 8 minutes, my eyes were bleeding. And it was bad.
But you know what? Props to the Lakers because they keep finding ways to win lately.
They're on the upturn.
They turned it around a little bit. They have turned it around.
It's because of LeBron. People say that the Lakers are better. It's granted. They have one more. They're 9-2 without him. The numbers are the numbers. But with him,
I think it was 11-2. 11-2.
Offensively, like they score more. They average more with him on the court. It's the defense when all 3 of them on the court that makes it look bad. Braun is 41.
What are you saying? He should just stick to one basket and just hang out there the whole time? Like, don't even run down the court?
Unfortunately, you can't. We can't play halves. We can't play half-court basketball. But I feel like Jared Vanderbilt needs to find a way to knock a jump shot down. Because he's a 6'9", lanky defender who can guard 1 through 4, can run around, but the reason he can't be on the floor is because he can't knock down a quarter three. Rui Hachimura, he's been hurt this year, but he has to be consistent. I watched Marcus Smart go 1-on-1 for 3 plays in a row, and I was confused. Why are we letting Marcus Smart go 1-on-1 in a fourth quarter is unbeknownst to me. We have AR, you got Braun, you got Luka on the floor. This is wise Batuman type vibe. You feel me?
Well, I don't know. I'm not paying too much attention to Lakers because I'm really focused on the Celtics. But I've been impressed that they've been able to turn around some wins. I think they're putting up more of a fight in the West than people thought they would. So we'll have to see where they go.
Well, they kind of did that to themselves because they didn't start the season as well as some people expected when they dug themselves a little bit of a hole in the standings. But they've definitely climbed out. I believe they're ahead of Denver now in the standings too.
They're third. They're in sole third place.
Wow.
Sole
I can get behind
place.
that.
Wow.
I hate the Nuggets.
Irrational hate.
Yeah, I don't like Jokic.
Huh?
It's everybody's reaction. Everybody's. I hate him.
That just doesn't make sense.
I know. Listen, first off, I'm fully aware.
There's no reason to hate him.
I just don't like him. I hate him. I don't know why. It's not rational. At least I admit it. Like, yeah, it's just a me thing. I don't like him. I don't know.
Well, you better hope no team. Listen, Denver. I would not want to run into Denver if I was any Western Conference team. I don't care where they fall in the standings at the end of the year. If they are healthy going to the playoffs, if you're a team in the West, you want to avoid Denver. You do.
And it's not because of Jokic. It's not because of Jamal Murray. It's because of Aaron Gordon. It's because of the shooter he's become. He's blossomed into, as well as still being a lob threat.
Or really the all-around player he's become.
Yes. It's him being able to facilitate, or whether it's orchestrating to get his own bucket, getting the ball to Murray in a cut, or finding Jokic in the post, getting the ball on the block when he's off the ball to a lob, spotting up in the corner. Then he has times where he gets the rebound, he comes down off the dribble and shoots the 3. So it's one of those where it's what's around him is what's making him thrive. With Jokic being the best player in the league, regardless of Shea, Luka.
The hook is because you can't deny it, Ryan.
And then with Jamal Murray, especially come playoffs,
best two-man game in the league.
Jamal Murray is.
Best two-man
Jamal
game
Murray in the playoffs is the equivalent of Kobe. He's not Kobe, but he's damn near close. In the playoffs, that man is a bucket. He knows how to get to where he wants. He gets to his spot. He shoots the lights out, gets to the basket. He can pass. So it's one of those where it's like, with Aaron Gordon being healthy, that team is a championship contender regardless, and a championship favorite, as long as that team stays healthy.
Now, we know how Denver has terrorized the Lakers in the past, right?
Oh, yeah.
If they meet in the playoffs this year, do we think...
I don't trust it, bro.
We think that Luka changes the complexion of what has happened
defense.
At all?
Nope.
It's defensively, granted. So, when you
Disclaimer, Ryan
Denver,
doesn't like Luka either.
I don't. I know. It's like I don't like any white basketball players.
It sounds like you don't like Euros.
That too. Yeah. Eastern Europeans. I don't like them.
Like Euros.
No. Not a fan. I can't tell you why. It doesn't make any sense.
Who's your MVP favorite right now?
If Jokic has the game, it's gonna be Jokic. If it's not Jokic, it's gonna be Shea.
I don't think my guy's gonna get it. That's okay.
No, and Tatum coming back definitely hurt him a little bit. Just because now he has to share the ball a little bit more for the rest of the season. His numbers are going to take a little bit of a dip, not a huge one, but
you know what? If they make a real good playoff run, I don't care about that. I mean, I'm sure he does, but
speaking of Tatum, I was not, and I'm a Duke fan. I'm a Tatum guy. I was not expecting him to come back and hoop like this fast.
He was fucking ready.
I knew he wasn't coming back if he wasn't ready, though.
I was on the fence of him. Yo, bro, just rest. If y'all make the playoffs, come back in the playoffs. Cool, get right. Don't rush it. Like, yeah, especially with them already being in the position that they were. With third seed, fourth seed at the time. Bro, just wait. Just chill. There's no rush. And I feel like it was one of those where maybe them doing as good as they were without him might have gotten into his head.
No,
maybe it was the fear of
no.
Maybe it was the
think about it like this. Like, he's been, from the moment he got hurt, he's been rehabbing this entire time, right? So I was watching an interview. This is before the season started. ESPN had him on First Take, right? And it was a segment with Stephen A. Smith. They had him and they interviewed him. And Stephen A. basically kept saying, since you're going to be out for the season, since you're going to be out for the year. And Tatum stopped him, and he was like, listen, y'all keep saying I'm going to be out for the season. I never said that I was going to be out for the season. So this is before the season started. So he already had the mindset that he was trying to come back before the playoffs even started. So I don't think this is a thing where he got insecure and was like, I'm going to force myself back, I didn't expect them to do this good without me. I got to let them know that I'm still a guy. I don't think that at all. I just think, one, they're very extremely well coached. They got a good deep team. Jaylen Brown,
are very well coached.
Jaylen Brown exceeded a lot of people's expectations. He's put this team on his back. And now it just worked out to where now Tatum actually can come back, and the Celtics are just in a better position, I think, that anyone predicted that they would be in. And it just works out perfectly for them. We're already the second seed in the East. We're having a great season. We're one of the best teams in the league, and now we just added. Yeah, they've been that most of the season. They've been that most of the season. It's been between them and the Knicks, but for the most part, the Celtics have held on to it. So it's
the Knicks are falling apart at the right time.
Yeah, we love it. We love it. But the Knicks are gonna nick. We know that.
The Knicks are always gonna.
The Knicks are gonna nick. So it's like, if we're the Celtics, we just got Tatum back, and he's a top 5 player in the league when he's 100%, and we're already second in the East. This is just the rich get richer, basically.
But this is my take on that. As the Celtics, where do you take that into the playoffs if you face the Knicks again? Because arguably, that team that they had last year was built better than it was this year. I'm talking about the Celtics. That Celtics team matching up, when you go matchup for matchup, was better last year versus this year.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you pushback on that too much. Yeah, I agree.
But
I'll put you on that.
I think this
year...
And
that Knick team didn't lose nobody. Granted, I feel like the issue with the Knicks was trying to find, and it was Cat trying to find where he fits in that offense. It's where can I get my shot? When can I get my post up? When are y'all gonna let me ISO? Because for a while that was not the game plan, and last year that was the game plan. If Jalen Brunson can't dribble the ball for 23 seconds and then shoot a step back 3 or fade midi or drive to the basket and get to the lane, then it's Cat in the post, Cat running a down screen, then a V cut back to the key to shoot a 3, or it's Cat in the corner. So it's one of those where it's like Cat had to find where he fit in that offense. I feel like once he solidifies his spot and stops making stupid fouls.
When is that gonna happen though?
The stupid fouls is never
we 80% way through with the season, and if Cat is still trying to find where he's at in the offense and still trying to stop fouling and staying on the court.
What was it, last week? Last week he did kill the Clippers. It's the Clippers.
He's Cat, right? So he's gonna have games where he's the best, one of the best players on the floor, or the best big on the floor. You know what I'm saying? We're never gonna look at his talent and question his talent, but it's like that. It's always for me the want it factor for Cat. Especially this year, I feel like I've seen that less than I did last year. Because when I saw him against the Pistons in the playoffs last year, he was a dog. I remember saying they don't win that series without him.
Look at the touches he was getting. This is the issue. It was the touches he was getting.
That sounds like a Mike Brown issue.
And that's really what it is. It's the Mike Brown not knowing how to utilize that offense. And granted, he's doing a great job of utilizing his bench, which is something Tibbs, even when he was in Chicago, Tibbs does not know how to utilize a bench. He doesn't know when to make subs. He doesn't know what bench works with the starters. What like he doesn't know nothing. Like it's awful with Tibbs in a bench. Doesn't make sense.
I think the difference that I see in the Celtics this year is I think there's just an energy difference. I felt like during the playoffs last year, everything was a struggle. Like it was a struggle to win a game. It didn't feel like anything came easy. And I feel like this year,
y'all were number one seed and won 60 games
but
last
it wasn't.
year.
But the energy, but like you could watch it though.
No, Cleveland was number one. Celtics was too.
But you can watch those games and you can watch them struggle. Like you can see that whatever it is, like it's not clicking, it's not working. But to me, like the energy just feels different. And I think part of the reason why the energy feels different is that there was zero expectation this season.
And
everybody thought Tatum was out, and so it was like you're not going to do anything. And now, like we have,
it was one of those where it's like, yo, Jaylen Brown, you're the guy. Let's see what you could do.
But like, yo, this is your offense for the year. Going to take it as far as they have, you know. So
exactly, it was one of those where they was like, yo, we don't think we're going to be what we are.
Yeah,
we have no expectation for us. So Jaylen Brown, here's the keys to the offense. You go crazy, and the rest of y'all fit in where y'all get in. Because they blew up that team. Other than Derek White, they blew up that entire team practically.
Yeah.
Got KP out of there.
Yeah, but I would say also for the Knicks, I think they went into the season where this was the year. Tatum's out. This is the year. And blah, blah, blah. And they can't handle the pressure. They can't handle it. They can't take the heat.
It's the Knicks. When have they ever handled pressure? Like... And this is why, as a New Yorker and as like a basketball fan, I could never be a Knicks fan.
He said, as a New Yorker, I could never
be a Knicks fan.
Love it.
Ever. Like, it just... The franchise is a joke.
No disagreement.
Historically, no disagreement, but... I'm going to put some respect on Jalen Brunson's name because he's made them relevant again. And Jalen Brunson really is, he's him.
Absolutely. JB is one of them ones. Yeah, he is nice. But
he's never going to get a ring.
Damn.
No.
Damn.
He's going to be one of those. He's going to be one of those players that doesn't get a ring.
Yeah, I don't see it, bro.
Lots of contribution.
Get a ring with who?
No. He's not going to get one.
But Ray, where would you think where would he get a ring? Because New York's not winning a ring. It's just not happening, bro.
I don't know.
Maybe if they get Giannis in the off season, maybe
he's gonna be like Chris Paul. He's just not gonna get a ring.
Can this is completely off topic, but can we put some respect on Chris Paul's name?
I didn't say that as being like disrespectful. No. I just think yeah, you just didn't get one.
No, not you. No. It was this.
Just in general.
The way Chris Paul did not get to enjoy his retirement tour felt like he deserved more.
We definitely got into that. Definitely did.
I feel like, as a basketball fan, as somebody who's like watched and studied the game, Chris Paul, when it comes to a prototypical point guard from what I was raised, Chris Paul was that. He could guard he was going to guard your point guard 94 feet if he had to. He was going to orchestrate your offense. He was going to shoot when needed, and he was a leader. He was the guy. He wore the team, like he carried the team on his back. And I felt like he deserved a little bit more respect than he got. And I felt like a lot of respect he didn't get may have been his personal reasons, because I hear everybody say, like, not everybody, but like you hear people talk about how Chris Paul wasn't a good teammate or he's an asshole, or so it's like you get that, but still he's one of the greatest of our generation and of the game.
Really,
so he deserves a little bit more. Yes, he deserved way more respect than he got.
I don't know all time, but okay.
Man is second all time in assists. Don't disrespect Chris Paul.
When it comes to point guards, he is one of the greatest
point guards. Yes. Maybe I should specify point guards. Yes, greatest. One of the greatest.
We're not calling him the GOAT, but when it comes to that,
well, good because he's not. Point guard, yeah.
No, come on. There's
levels to this.
There's one GOAT.
It's Jordan.
No.
It's Curry.
Yes. Oh my
It's
God.
not.
No, it's Jordan.
Jordan couldn't be the GOAT, bro. He never beat Bird.
I don't feel like that argument is no.
What?
I'm not gonna play that game. No.
We can get into that. Jordan's beat everybody, but he's never beat Bird. He's got swept by Bird. Jordan dropped 61 in that game, and it's so raved about, but he still got smacked.
How many championships does Bird have?
Bird has 5, right?
Jordan's got 6. Does he have that many? So there we go.
Bird has how much you said? Right?
I said, does he have that many?
I think actually he might have 3. He has 3. Magic has 5.
Jordan has 6. There you go.
And Bill Russell has 11. At what point does championships become important if that's the case? And he has 2 as a player's coach.
We're talking modern era.
Jordan is not modern era. That basketball was not modern era. So
what do you consider?
That makes sense.
Modern era.
What do y'all consider modern era? Because I would consider modern era 2020. Because that's the new era of basketball. No. So 90s basketball is still modern. The game isn't the same. The calls aren't the same. The play style isn't the same.
Okay, I'll concede that to you because I don't think anybody who's playing today could survive in the 90s. So, like, they couldn't play at that level.
90s is not basketball all the time, though. All that fouling and pushing your defender out the air and elbowing a dude in the mouth, that's not hoop.
Basketball. You're talking to an NHL fan, so she definitely
that's not hoop. That's not hoop. As somebody who hoops, if I get elbowed in the mouth, I am ready to fight.
Well, then do it.
Play tougher. You can't do that. That has nothing to do with being tough. Play it on defense. Come on. And then you foul out. And then, like, this is what I'm saying.
Just be smart about it.
That's not basketball. And they weren't being smart.
And and you know what's crazy?
They weren't being smart.
He won 6 championships playing in that. Okay? Mm-hmm. Come on, man. It's levels, bro. Yep. It's levels, bro.
GOAT.
Are you sure about
6 championships playing against people throwing elbows. Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh, bro. Sheesh.
People in the modern era could not survive.
He faced Clyde Drexler.
He also faced Magic, bro.
Mm-hmm.
When after he had AIDS? Are we serious?
He still played well. What are you talking about?
Didn't he win the championship after?
First off, no. First off, he never had AIDS. He had HIV. Those are 2 very different things. So, no. If he had AIDS, he would have died. He had HIV.
HIV.
And had access to everything that he needed to be able to get better, and he still played.
And lost. And he didn't play good that series. He didn't play good that series at all.
How old was he when he had HIV?
Sheesh.
I think he got diagnosed in the early 90s.
That was in, what, 89, and he retired after that Dream Team year, so he was 3 years before he was done.
91.
He was 32. So, still enough time to play, but...
He had that at 32, wasted his life! Yo!
I think he's doing okay. He's one of the most successful basketball players of all time. I think he's fine.
No. Not that
also
life.
Has more rings than LeBron.
Not that life. He wasted
also has more
his personal
LeBron.
He wasted his personal life, though.
Yep.
That's just... Are we serious?
Mark wants LeBron to be the GOAT because he thinks like longevity makes you the GOAT.
LeBron won a ring in his rookie year, and then the following year he got the #1 pick. Holy shit! Oh my God, he would get crucified.
LeBron will never be the GOAT because LeBron does not have enough rings.
Got the first overall pick.
Thank you.
He would have got crucified.
This is a lot of what ifs, bro. None of this happened though.
Is the thing?
We can talk about what did happen though.
And then we talk about Magic's rookie year. Yes, they won the chip. And let's not forget, if Kareem plays in that Game 7, Magic doesn't get that. Magic doesn't get that Finals MVP.
And if KD's foot wasn't big, he'd be a 3-time champ instead of a 2-time champ, bro. Come on.
Mark, what happened when LeBron went to Miami the first year? What happened with that?
If we could, I could.
What happened there?
He folded.
Yeah, he folded.
You can't say that about Jordan in the finals ever.
Because he's not the GOAT.
That doesn't bother me. Jordan folded against Bird.
Not in the finals.
He didn't beat them.
Not in the finals. Not in the finals.
All right, cool. But to get there 10 times is impressive. Like, and this is what I feel like.
Impressive doesn't make you the GOAT, bro. Two things can be true. It can be impressive and you're still not the GOAT. Can we just agree on that?
To know that nobody can get through this conference without beating this man is insane. For 10 years, nobody could get past
that. Is the goal to get through the conference or to win the championship?
It's always to win a chip, but to get there is a blessing in itself. There's players that's never been there.
Sure,
and it's players that have been there.
There's
6
players that have been there one
and
time.
Not lost once.
AI's been there one time.
There's players that have
Jerry
been there
West has
6
been there
times
8 times and is 1 for
once.
7.
You understand that?
Oh my God.
Look, there's players who've been. Robert Horry has 7 rings. What are we talking about? Like, at some point, the rings matter, but then there's a time where it doesn't. When you look
at the rings always matter.
We're talking about the bus driver to those rings. We're not talking about the
rings
Robert
always
Horrys.
matter.
So if the rings matter, Robert Horry's 7 rings would matter.
He wasn't the bus driver to those.
It doesn't. Matter.
We're talking about
rings,
the bus drivers to the rings.
Don't move the goalposts.
You're moving the goalposts.
Don't bring it to the.
First off,
oh, he's not the bus driver.
At the end of the
Robert
day,
Horry has
the
7
problem
rings.
with LeBron,
Kevin
the problem.
Kevin Havlicek has John Havlicek, not Kevin. John Havlicek has 7 rings.
Yes.
So
and do we talk about him as the GOAT?
But this is because he.
Do we talk about Robert Horry as the GOAT?
So
first off, he was a great Celtics player, but okay.
This is what I'm saying. Rings don't matter. You could have X amount of rings,
Mark,
and still be glorified.
Mark, then this is what I'm going to tell you. The reason that LeBron isn't the GOAT is because LeBron can't close. He's been that many times and he hasn't won that many rings. Are you kidding me? No, he can't take over a game like Jordan did. He can't take over a game like Kobe did. So no, he's not the GOAT. He hasn't won enough rings and he hasn't proven himself enough in the finals, period. End of the sentence. And I like LeBron, but that's the end of the sentence.
Wait. All right, you say close enough. You know he has more winning shots than Kobe and Jordan. He shoots at a higher percentage.
When he's been there 3 times as many as anybody else.
He didn't win.
Don't move the goalpost.
He
don't
didn't
move it
win.
out. You just said he can't close.
Can't close.
He has more game winners than Jordan and Kobe. And he has more game winners in a final series in that 2018 run.
Because he can't close at the end of the day.
I'm not gonna say he doesn't close. I've seen him close.
He closes.
I've seen him take over games. But when you have as many losses in the finals as the guy that you're directly up against has wins, there's no debate about that.
Hey, cool. I got 40K points. I'm third.
When you
in the
play
NBA.
for 25 years, that's what happens.
But I
it's
came
not
in the
a
league.
longevity
I've been doing
award.
this since I was 18.
But it's not a longevity
I've been doing
award.
this. It's not. But I've been doing this since I was 18, bro.
Nobody's taking that away from him. You're the second best. Okay, so you're the second best.
But Jordan came in the league at 22, and it took him. He had to do that from 22. I came in the league at 18, and I've been doing the same thing from 18 to 41.
And look at where Michael Jordan ended up on the all-time scoring list, coming in at 22. I didn't get run out the
league. I didn't need to retire. I didn't need to do all this extra shit. I didn't need to go play baseball. My pops didn't die, so I didn't need to take a break. You feel me? I've been doing this since I was 18.
We can hold this against Jordan, bro. Do you realize how impressive?
Since I was 18,
do you realize how that impressive is to step away from the game, go play another sport, come back to your original sport, and then win 3 more championships? You know how dominant you have to be to do that?
Would Jordan have beat that Houston team? No, not a chance in hell.
You don't know.
And Jordan never won a thing without Scottie.
You don't know that.
You can't talk about what about it.
Cool.
What if?
But since we can't talk about what if, we could talk about this. Has Jordan ever won without Scottie? No. He didn't win before him. He didn't win after him. Right?
Everybody needs a right-hand man.
Has
LeBron not had a... Okay. Has LeBron not... What do you mean? Has LeBron not had... For the 4 championships that he won, did he not have a right-hand man right next to him?
But he's won with different people.
But each of those different people were all-time greats.
I took AD to the chip.
Each of those different people were all-time greats.
I took AD to the chip. I got AD a chip. I got Kyrie a chip. Wade got me my first chip. I got Wade his 3rd chip.
You're naming all-time greats, bro. Of course, he should win with these people.
The same way
you're talking about a person who moved around teams. Jordan never moved from a team.
He didn't
stayed
have to.
with that team.
Won 6.
But we watched Jordan's 39 season like it didn't happen.
You can't have it both ways.
It didn't.
Like,
the only thing
he's
that
played
Jordan's
for so long.
39
He's won all these things. Like, you can't have this both ways. Like,
what did I say? I didn't miss nothing. I'm not saying there's no both ways. Y'all missing the point. Your man had to take a break, get his mind right, couldn't stop gambling.
So? Right, you saying it like
couldn't
it's
stop it. Bro.
My man took a break from his sport, came back, and was still the best player after not playing.
And then
for
won
2 years.
3 in a row.
And then won 3 in a row.
3 in a row.
You think LeBron is doing that?
Best player. I've been the best player since I was 18.
And you've never won 3 championships consecutively.
And
ever.
I'm just now not the best player in the world. Let's not forget that. It took Braun to be 40 years old. It took Braun to be 40 years old to not be the best player in the world. He had to turn 40, gang. That means, for what, 20 years, damn near?
So why
he
hasn't
he... was the face of the league, the best player in the game.
So then, here's my question to you. If he has been the best player in the league for almost as long as he's been playing, why has he not won more rings? What is your response?
Exactly what y'all say. Other than that Dallas series, the teams he's had to face have been stacked against him. Other than that Dallas series, where that Dallas series was the only team that he faced, it's like there's no reason they should have lost. And I don't wipe that. I don't act like that never happened, because in the fourth quarter, having 2 points,
so you
scoreless.
You telling me the San Antonio team that he just finished beating the year prior was stacked against him the following year? It was essentially the same two teams going up against each other.
But that was the number 1 team in the league.
Okay, they were the same. They were pretty much the same team.
Took them to 7.
And he beat them the year before, so you can't look at them a year later and say, oh, they were stacked against them. They had the same exact core. The same core.
Dwayne Wade got hurt. Dwayne Wade was hurt that whole year.
That's not the argument that you just made when you was talking about him in the finals.
Dwayne Wade was hurt. Even in that playoffs, in that game 1, with the whole Heat situation, and all the Miami Heat players catch cramps, all of a sudden, San Antonio running up and down the court like nothing happened, but Miami Heat players dying on the bench. And then they never recovered after that. And Kawhi had his coming out party. Let's not forget that. Young Kawhi had a great coming out party. He averaged 22, I think 8 and 5 or something like that. And he was guarding Braun. Braun had 28.
But LeBron's the best. So why does that even matter?
You can't win them all.
Yes, you can.
You can't.
Yes,
if that was the case,
you in fact can.
If that was the case, your mans would have 13 rings. If you
could
win them all,
we're talking about the finals, though.
He'd be
but we're talking about the finals specifically.
But you have to get there.
Right, and when he got there, he won them all. And when he got there,
and that is
he
great.
Won them all.
And that is great. You cannot take that away from him. And there's no taking that. But that's not the only thing that can make you the greatest player. You have to also hoop. And yes, he hooped. But his numbers, other than averaging 30 in the scoring titles, he's not top. He's not
other
top
than
5.
Bro, you say these outrageous stats and try to sweep them under the rug.
He's not top 5 in scoring no more.
Because look how long it's been since he's been in the league. Did we expect him to stay top 5 forever? And look at the scorers that have come since him. Like, we got some prolific scorers, bro.
We just spoke about this. James Harden being 9th on the scoring list is insane.
I'm telling you, there's been some hoopers since MJ went out. Like, there's been some hoopers we had.
But I don't know. It's just one of those where it's like...
Here's the thing.
And it's no knock on Jordan.
You can talk about scoring, and you can talk about all these improvements and all of these things. And yeah, LeBron's done all of that, but has he won 3 in a row? No, he hasn't. You can talk about how Michael Jordan will slowly be replaced from all of these scoring records and assist records, all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, he still won 3 in a row. And no one in the modern era has been able to touch that. Period. And LeBron won't ever. Because he can't. He's 41. And that's not to take away from what LeBron has brought to the game, because he's brought amazing things to the game.
But I feel like when we talk
greatest players to play, but he's not.
When we talk about LeBron's losses, like I said, you got to take into that team's account, to the team that he's facing. Like I said, other than that Dallas team, when he in 6, when he faced that San Antonio team, being 23, guarded like Tim Duncan. Matter of fact, he said that in 2013. And when they just forced Braun to shoot, and they had Tim Duncan, they had Tony Parker, who was the Finals MVP, young Manu, you had Bruce Bowen, them guys just built a wall. And if you got to beat us with a jump shot. I didn't have the shot at the time. Cool. I go to Dallas. I should win. I don't. That's on me. My fault. OKC, I take care. I do what I got to do. I win. San Antonio, I do get saved in Game 6 by Ray Allen.
Absolutely fucking saved.
But in Game 7, I drop 28 with the put away shot with 22 seconds left in the game. I end this game. I put away Game 7. I hit 6 threes, put away this game. Then when I then I leave. No, then I face San Antonio again. Unfortunate, my co-star been hurt all year. We going through all this. I leave. You feel me? It just isn't for me. San Antonio was better, and a lot better, because that San Antonio team, I think, had the record for win margin for a while. I think they averaged, it was like a 20-some or 18-point margin against that Miami team, where it was just absurd. Watching them 5 games was annoying as hell. But then I go against Golden State. My 2 guys that I come here to hoop with, they both get hurt. I lose in 6. But I average a 36-point triple-double or a 32-point triple-double, and the guy who's guarding me averaging 18 points win final MVP. You going to hold that against me? Cool. Next year, I go down 3-1. Me and my guy, who we hoop in Game 5, we drop 40. I drop 40 again in Game 6. Triple-double Game 7, we win. Again, now, the team I just beat adds the second best player in the world in Kevin Durant. What the fuck am I supposed to do now?
You're the best player in the world.
Win. That's what you're supposed to do.
Against the unanimous MVP?
Yes.
And Kevin Durant and another shooter in Klay Thompson, and I don't have a team for that.
You're the greatest of all time, though.
Jordan would have got fried. Ray, there's no Bulls team that would have beat that 17 Warriors team. There's no Bulls team that would have beat them. They would have got fried. There's no team in history. Or did you watch that?
You said there's no team in history, but you religiously bring up how the Rockets nearly knocked them out had Chris Paul.
That was 2018. That was 2018. That was another year. Y'all were not the same team.
That team was just, they won the chip back-to-back years. That was the same team.
They were the same team on paper, but they weren't the same team playing.
Bro,
Stop.
What do you mean they were the same team
You're
on
a Warriors
paper, but
fan,
they
you
weren't
know
the
this.
same team?
They
That doesn't even make sense.
were the same team on paper, but when it came to hooping and it came to Draymond and Kevin Durant was at each other's throat the whole time.
That was the following season, Kevin Durant's last year when he got hurt. That did not happen.
It started that year though.
It didn't matter. They won the chip again. It was the same team, bro. The same unbeatable team that you said you contradicting yourself because you keep saying that the Rockets could have beat that team.
Look,
that San Antonio could have beat that team.
Look, you keep saying like you told me. There was a lot of ifs. There was a lot of ifs. I kept saying if, right? But did they beat that team?
But that was your argument, though.
Nobody
that was your argument, though, bro. But you can't. But you can't go from saying that team was unbeatable and there's nobody in history that could do it. But then also argue that they almost got beat.
2017 Warriors team. They almost got beat, but they didn't. So my argument stands.
So if they almost got beat, does that not mean they can be beatable?
But did they lose? No, bro. They won.
You make it seem like they looked invincible, bro, but you just admit that they almost got beaten, bro.
Lost one game, and they lost one game in the finals.
I don't know, bro.
Like, what are we talking about? That team just didn't make sense. And then y'all gonna hold. So then All right, cool. I lose to them. I win one game. Then the following year, my co-star, Kyrie, wants to get traded. We spoke about what that 18 Cavs team was. And then I make a bunch of trades at the deadline. I got Rodney Hood. I got Larry Nance. I got George Hill. What are you doing to me, bro? And then I carry this team throughout 2 Game 7s. Game 7 in round 1. Game 7 in round 3. A sweep in round 2 because we go to LeBron. Then I'm facing this fucking Warriors team again. I drop 51.
Not enough.
And I lose.
Mm-hmm. Not enough.
What more do you want from me, bro? I'm giving you everything I've got, bro.
You're the greatest of all time. That's what I expect.
Your man's is the reason LeBron doesn't have 6 rings. Kevin, it's not your man's because you're not a Kevin Durant fan. But Kevin Durant is the reason LeBron does not have 6 rings. It's that simple. Kevin Durant fucked up LeBron's legacy, bro.
Right, because
if LeBron James
didn't mess up his own legacy in 2010.
I'm not having that. That's such a shoddy argument.
He figured it out in 2015. In 2016, he figured out how to win. He figured out that
LeBron messed up his own legacy when he lost in 2010. From that moment on, it was tainted. He did. It was tainted from that
But
moment
he
on.
won after that. Y'all can't do that because he won. He never had no playoffs like that 2010 season ever again. He had no series like that. So you can't sit here and say it knocked him if that was one time. He never came close to that.
Did it help his Did it help his career legacy? No. So it did knock him.
Though. You feel me? It happened. But if that's the case, if that one series is such a knock on Braun, when your man's couldn't from 83
it didn't happen in the finals. It did not happen in the finals, bro.
But from 83 to 89 to not even getting there, not even competing, missing playoffs. Yeah, I'm the scoring leader, but I'm missing the playoffs. I'm the scoring leader, but I'm out in the first round. I'm dropping 32, but I'm getting swept by Boston. I drop 61, but I lose. It's the same thing. You gotta get there. And then when you get there, you have to win. And it's unfortunate that Braun did not win. But you still gotta get there. And when Jordan got there, he won. He definitely did.
Yeah. Because he can close. But to get there... Because he can finish.
John Paxson closed out a game. Steve Kerr closed out a game.
Listen, he had great support players.
Scottie Pippen guarded the best players.
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman guarded the second best players and was the leading rebounder.
Who's disagreeing with you right now? Nobody is.
But this is what I'm saying. You see what Jordan had versus Braun didn't have a defender. Yo, guard the best player. He didn't have that. Yo, go lead the team in rebounds. He didn't have that. In that final series in 2016, he led everybody. He led both teams in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. Your man Jordan has never done that.
Jordan
still went 6-0. And still went 6-0. Imagine that.
3 in a row.
I led both teams. Both teams in all these stats. You telling me there's nobody on the Warriors that could average more points than me?
You're all over the place with this argument.
No, it's
he always has been.
Nah, y'all gotta look at it, bro.
I look at it as LeBron.
Because it's not just about... Yes, it's always about winning.
It's not just about LeBron.
It's always about winning. It's always about winning. You have to win. You have to win. And that's it. You gotta win.
And he has not.
He's won 4.
But he's lost more than 6. He won.
Yep.
He's won 4.
He's won his 4.
And that's all he'll win.
That counts less than 6.
Yep.
If like I said, if we going off for rings, bro, Bill Russell the GOAT. I got 9 as a player, and I got 2 as a player coach. Yeah, my coach retired. I took over the coaching, and I'm playing. I'm controlling my minutes, and I'm controlling y'all minutes.
Well, I think Bill Russell, first off, you can say he's the GOAT of that era for sure. I don't think that's in question. And I think he's shaped what the game is today. I mean, I think they both played their part in shaping the game into what it was. You can say the same about Jerry West as well. Like, those are
Jerry West
players that have shaped the game forever. But I think, do they stand in the modern era? I don't know. Maybe not.
Jerry West being a logo and being 1 for 7 in the NBA Finals just pisses me off.
You know what though? Jerry West talking in that Celtics documentary on HBO made by Bill Simmons, which I plug like almost every week on this show, it feels like. Jerry West talking about losing to the Celtics over and over again. Like, you just see how damaging that was to him as a human being. Like, he is not the same man. It's like really weird and eerie to watch how depressed he is still about this. And I'm like, babes, you gotta let it go. That's a long time ago. Gotta let it go. But yeah. All right. Moving on. Wow, that took a lot of my energy. Not gonna lie.
Right.
That took a lot. Mark, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed.
I know I like sports.
Yes, you do.
It's literally
I'm digging it. All right, well, we're going to wrap this episode up with fair or foul, which also could turn into trash cans depending on how people feel about it. No replays, no excuses, just the takes. This is fair or foul. Bam had an 83-point game. I know Ray has some feelings about it. Mark, I'm positive will have some feelings about it. I don't have as many feelings about it, but I think that's because I'm not a Kobe fan. So I didn't really feel a stake in the game, but I will say that I don't think anybody should be able to score 83 points in a game.
What do you mean?
I think that's.
What does that mean? Do you mean like you shouldn't be able to? You shouldn't allow nobody to score 83?
No,
or you shouldn't physically be able.
I don't think you
83?
should be able to, because if you're playing a competent team, that shouldn't happen.
Mm-hmm. And that's one of my biggest issues with that 83-point game.
I mean, I think anybody that scores that amount of points in a game, granted, obviously, this has happened very, 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 very rarely. I just feel like, I didn't watch the game, but like, what was even happening? Like, did everyone die?
Listen, I am a Kobe fan, and it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like, and I just want to preface this by saying, like, I'm not taking anything away from Bam. Okay, like,
you are, but
he scored his 83. Like, I'm not taking that away from him, and my criticism is not necessarily of Bam, right? Like, he scored 43 in the first half.
Can I just preface this by saying, before you continue, would you have felt this way about any player?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. All right. Just checking.
No, I don't think so. But he scored 43 in the first half. So, like, if I'm Bam and I'm looking at that, I'm already more than halfway to the goal, right? So, of course, he's going to come out in the second half, and now he's looking to break that record. But if you're like the Washington Wizards, like, what are you doing? And did I see correctly that the Heat intentionally fouling? Mark, did I see that correctly?
I don't know what you asked me for. I guess you sound Steve Javy.
No, like I heard. I just don't know if I got that correct. That I heard they were intentionally fouling to get him like more possessions to score the ball.
But when I turned the game on, he was at 77. I got the notification about him scoring. About Bam has 77. I turned it on. I did see a couple Miami Heat intentional fouls on their end from fouling Washington Wizards players to allow Bam to get extra possessions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if Washington was intentionally fouling Bam, but Miami, towards the end, I want to say around 6-minute mark, after he got to, after he got to 77, he got more free throws, shot the 79. Around that, when he scored 79, it was like 2 possessions, 3 possessions.
I think that's right.
Intentional foul. Yeah, intentional foul, Miami Heat. So I don't think that was like the game plan, but towards the end, when it started to become, well, he's right there. Fuck it.
I feel like it became like I feel like it became gimmicky, like, in a sense. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like it's because he shot the free throws. He got his. He's and. Matter of fact, go ahead, bro. I'll let you finish.
No, I just realized like what it is about it that bothers me, right? So, like, when I think about Kobe's game and when he scored the 81, me and you talked a little bit about this yesterday, Mark, like off podcasts, like, it was more within the flow of the game, right? Whereas Bam was scoring the ball to beat Kobe's record. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kobe wasn't out there scoring to pass anybody else's scoring mark. Like, Kobe realized he was having one of them games, and also the game was close, right? It wasn't a blowout. It wasn't like the Lakers were getting blown out or were blowing the Raptors out in that game. That was a close game. So his 81 actually contributed to the outcome of the game. Whereas like Bam's scoring was literally done with the intent of like passing somebody else. So to me, I feel like that's why it doesn't feel as clean to me as the Kobe game did. Again, like if I'm Bam, I'm going for the record too. You understand what I'm saying? But just just the context of the game and like, you know, the intent on the scoring was not really to win the game because the game was won. So it was just like a more stat padding, I think is what bugs me about it, I guess.
So I have two takes on it. One of my takes is from you saying like, basically he tried to do it to beat Kobe's record, but that's the goal, and you did point that out. Regardless of who it is, when you get there, when you're in the 70s and you get to 75, the goal is to Kobe got 81. If I can beat it, let me beat it. We know that. I don't care. Like for example, when Kelly Oubre, like we spoke about off pod yesterday, Kelly Oubre talking about, Joel had 70 and did it efficiently and subbed out in the third. In that Philly game, they were up a lot. So they didn't need him. Cool. It's the same, but granted, in that Miami
but it's kind of the same
thing.
They
were also up a lot.
So why do you think they didn't say Bam?
This is a coach, but as a fan, you want to see that. I'm pretty sure fans would have loved to see Joel Embiid hoop and go break that record. Just give him a chance. Just go see if he can.
Yeah.
It's one of those where it's like, yeah, it looked bad because he made 38, 40 free throws.
Right. That's insane.
But that right there,
that's insane.
Yep.
That right there should wake people up. There's players, not saying that they can't make 36 free throws in a week, but because they don't get that opportunity. He made 36 free throws in one game. And as a guy who's hooping, to make 36 free throws out of 40, 44 or something like that, he shot a great percentage from the line, is incredible. To sit there, take 40 free throws, damn near 50 free throws, and I'm making 88% of them, that's impressive in itself.
Seriously, who was playing in this game that he got fouled that many times?
43 free throws.
What are we even doing?
And
that's insane.
Another thing is, it's not his fault that he got to the line 44 times. No. That's not his fault. He did his job as an offensive player, initiating contact and getting to the line. Could some of those fouls have not been fouls? Absolutely. But they were called.
Okay, but then like on one of them, you got like, he didn't get fouled or something like that. And then so this is the fourth quarter. Miami ends up challenging the call up by 50. Like they're up 50. They're sitting there challenging the call just to get Bam more free throws. And that's like the gimmicky part that like comes into it for me.
But that's part of the NBA. I'm sure if they could have did that back then, they would have.
Yeah, but if they're up 50 in any other context, are they really like challenging that play? Probably not.
Probably not, but who's to say that? And my other take on that, and I feel like the issue with from my personal understanding of talking to everybody about Bam's 81 is I feel like the consensus issue is it's just who scored 81.
It feel like he don't belong there, bro. Yes.
It's just the fact that it's Bam.
I feel like his name don't belong up there, bro.
Had it been one of our greats, had it been LeBron, had it been KD, had it been Steph, had it been somebody of relevance, Shea, Jokic, Luka, one of these guys, Giannis, had it been one of these guys who score and who have the capability in our minds that we think can go out and score 80, had it been one of them who scored the 80, regardless of how they did it, it would be accepted. I feel like because it's Bam, because he's not a prototypical scorer, he's averaged 20 in the league. It's just, that's the issue.
Think about it like this. I don't think if it was any of those other players you listed, maybe with the exception of SGA, which of those other players
is getting 83 points with 43 free throws. Nobody else is attempting that many free throws to get to that point. And I think that's another thing that is what bothers people, because Bam is not a scorer like that. So in reality, he needed those free throws in order to beat the record. But any of those other players you listed, they don't need more than 20 free throws to beat Kobe's record. None of those other players do that. So I think that's another part that bothered people, because like, okay, like we acknowledge Bam as like he's a good player, but his previous high I think was like 41 or something like that. You understand what I'm saying? So to double that,
that's a fact.
And half of those came off of free throws. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and this is what I feel like. It's just because it's Bam.
I'll admit that's part of it for me.
If it's somebody else, like it's kind of like the Malachi Flynn dropping 50 a couple years back. Like what? You let this guy drop 50? Him? And then on that same day that Bam dropped 83, you had Cam Payne drop 38. It was somebody else who just balled out and should have never balled out. But Cam Payne dropped 38 with a triple-double for Philly and won in that same night. So in that night, it was just a bunch of...
I actually remember
it was just... Shit was just happening. People were just trying shit that night. So, I don't know. I'm on the fence. You scored 83. You scored 83. You broke the record. It should be accepted. Just because to score 83, regardless of how you did it, is insane.
It's impressive.
He scored 83 of 150 something points. I got more than half of these. Y'all don't do nothing without me.
That's so inconceivable to me that I feel like
with Kobe scoring 81, Kobe needed to score 81.
But
he had to score 81
that to me, if it's in the game and it's competitive, like there's competition that's happening, and this just ends up happening through a natural flow of events, that's fine. But but to me, and this doesn't take anything away from Bam, I feel like this is just more of the game itself. That this is absolutely absurd. First, that a score got to 150 points. That's insane. And then, like, what? The Wizards shouldn't even be a team. You shouldn't even be a team after that.
Next year, they're going to be good, though. You're sleeping. Next year, they're going to be good.
Next
year, they're going to be good.
This is a perfect example of, like, we should just call games at halftime. Like, if you're not going to give me anything that's, like, competitive in the least, no thanks.
I don't know. I feel like we still got to stop this. These are still professional NBA players, bro.
That doesn't look professional.
It doesn't. But these are guys on their worst night could give us the 83 that Bam had. So there's levels to this. They're in that space for a reason. It's just unfortunate what happened. And then when I turned the game on when Bam had 77 and I'm watching Washington and they're triple teaming, and then the contest that they're making, it's like when you contest somebody with 3 defenders and one of them hits him, you're making it obvious that you're fouling him. And that was the issue also, is that you all of a sudden now you're tripling him when he's at 77. And then when he takes a shot, you're immediately fouling him. You're not contesting the shot. You have 3 people around him. You don't need to contest. Y'all swarm him. Y'all stay on y'all feet. Y'all trap him. 1 person in the middle, 2 people on the side so he can't go nowhere. And when he shoots, you stay down. You don't got to contest. It's 3 of y'all. If he shoots over y'all and makes that's a tough shot. Good defense, better offense. But to consistently foul somebody who's getting to the line and is making the free throws, so you're just giving him points. You can't blame Bam for that. Like, yo, it's not my fault. They're giving it to me.
Yeah. I don't necessarily blame him, the person. I just think that this game was, like, this is just ludicrous.
And
how
I'm
this all
happy
happened.
Eric Spoelstra let him get it, because I remember when he scored 80, the broadcaster was like, "Oh, it's time to take him out." I think if it was me, I would take him out. And Eric Spoelstra let him play to let him beat the record.
Yeah.
And even the announcer was like, "Oh, he's not taking him out."
Well, I think they thought
he's gonna let him get the record.
Well, I think they thought Kobe would just have it.
Let these guys get the record. No, records are meant to be broken.
Not by Bam.
I don't disagree that they're meant to be broken, but I don't think they should be broken in this way. You know what I'm saying?
By Bam
This reminded me of when the Dolphins, this was like a couple years ago when the Dolphins beat the Broncos 70-2 or 70-20. And I was like, what am I
The
even
Broncos turned their
watching?
season around a little bit after that.
It was like every Denver player died. Like I was like, what are the replacements out here?
Russ
What's
at the helm of
happening?
that?
Yes. Yeah. That was during the mess. Yeah. But like that to me, it was like there's no competitive spirit in this game.
And to think
nothing is competitive.
That was like Tua's rookie year.
That was crazy.
Think about the drastic downhill turn he took.
That was like his best. I would have just quit after that game. I would have been like, I'm done, guys. Thanks. It's been nice.
His issue is, this is off top, but he can't stay. He got to stop getting hit. Concussions. But well, I think it's fair. I'm rolling with Bam's 83. It was great. I think it was good for basketball. People are saying that it's not ethical hoops. Man, grow up, bro. Because as a guy who, when I hoop, I look to score. Most I dropped in high school was like 46. Most I dropped in a men's league game was 38. So as somebody who wants to hoop and who looks to score, it's not easy. Because I remember after that 48 in high school, dang.
Man, give me 40 free throws. I'm dropping 80.
Give me
40 free throws. I'm dropping 85.
You're not making 38 free throws, gang.
I'm making 38 free
You're
throws.
not Steph.
You're not. You're not making
You're
it.
not Steph, bro.
Ray, I love you, but no.
Nor have you.
It's not a thing. I don't have to know that that's not true.
Ray,
give me 40 free throws. I'm making 35 of them.
Before I get off, I gotta we on the pod now. I'm podding. Ray tried to guard me one time. Tween. AI cross, Ray was out the picture.
Everybody has their moment, bro. Everybody has their
tween, AI cross, Ray was gone. Could not guard me.
I'm making 35 free throws.
He's lucky.
Oh my God. No.
You're not making 35 free throws.
All right, watch. I'm gonna record it too. I'm gonna get in the gym.
Please record it for the podcast.
Yes.
You're gonna make 35 free throws in 40 attempts.
Yes.
Okay.
I got the parlay on it, bro.
All right.
Let's see it. We got to see it.
I got under, bro. I got the under, bro.
What percentage is that? 88%. 80.875. 88%. That's what I'm gonna hit from the field. But
all right.
You see
Get
that?
out your camera. Start filming.
No,
you know what?
No, the free throw line is
we got to do this in person. Because I don't trust that. Like, I feel like there could be a trick of the camera.
He's gonna
be.
Somebody
we need a
gotta
witness.
be there.
We need a witness. For sure.
And I don't trust Arliss.
Yeah, no.
You could pay
Arliss is not gonna do anything that's gonna make me look better. Trust me.
If you pay him, you can pay Arliss. You can pay
he is.
I pay this little 40 real quick. Hold this down. Hold this down real quick, bro.
Yeah.
Arliss gonna be the best cameraman ever,
you give him some
bro.
money, he going.
He missed? Don't worry about that, bro. I wasn't recording.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for us at the Rundown. Mark, thank you so much for being on with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you.
We'll talk to you guys next week.